Today, Matt and I go head-to-head in a golf cart build-off, find out what ideas we come up with, and see who comes out on top.
Take that, biggin.
So what are you doing? You steal golf carts now?
Today, I've got a little plan in my head. It's a little something different today. Man, this is going to be awesome. All right? I know what you're thinking. What's up with the golf carts, right?
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I know you go to the drag racing events. I go to the truck shows. Everybody's got golf carts. They're pit vehicles.
Right.
Kids are driving them around the neighborhoods. It's fun. Today, a little something different. A golf cart build-off. You and I. Mono versus mono, dude. It's going to happen right here today.
You and me.
Absolutely.
All right, you need a handicap or something. What are the rules?
Well, I'm not much for rules, let's be honest, right? You know that, right? So the rules are you can take anything off that you want to. You have to be able to bolt it on. You've got to do it yourself, and budget is of no concern.
And you versus me?
Absolutely.
Really?
It all starts now, dude. Get ready.
Come on.
Let's see what you got.
On. Heads up. Coming in hot.
Come on. Oh, come on. Dude, seriously. Seriously. Ow! Now, you guys know me. If I'm going to work on a golf cart, it's going up in the air. Now, we had to come down here the first thing and get all this stuff in the front end out of the way. It was pretty simple. You had a couple brackets up here. There were two. Those are out. 4 main bolts that came here and attached everything to the frame, and then you disconnect the steering, and then you had to kind of beat the heck out of this for a while. Sometimes if these things sit, it can be a little bit trickier to get all this out of here. But we got that handled, and here we go. Now, this is everything that's coming out. And this is going to be replaced with our new kit that we got from Jake's Karts. Now, this is actually a 6 to 10 inch long travel coilover system that's going to replace this stock one right here, which basically had a little bit more or nothing more than this one leaf spring right there. So the ride's going to be a lot better. So we take a look at what? 24-inch bifold mirror. That's got to be Bruno's. I don't know what that's doing. All right, now here are the new parts that are going to go in. And basically all this is going to get rebuilt and replace this when we put it all back in there. But you look, upper and lower control arms, coilover shocks, longer steering rack. This is going to be nice. It's going to look good, it's going to perform a lot better, and it's going to be better than anything Bruno can put together.
All right, so here's where we're at on my cart. Now I've got all the exterior stripped away, and now it's getting down to some dirty work. I've already gone ahead and put on a 3-inch lift kit from Jake's, and be honest with you, 3 inches is all you need. Anything more than that would just be silly. I mean, who would need to overcompensate for anything like that? Anyways, that's just a waste of time. Now it's time to get into some performance on it. Now, we're able to keep our spring up front, so the suspension's going to be fine. I'll have a nice ride to it. But down the road, I'm thinking, you know what? We can hop this thing up and put a serious motor in it. Right now, it's running on batteries. It doesn't need it, but I'm always thinking ahead a little bit. Along that lines, I want, let's get this thing to be able to stop on a dime. I'm thinking we can throw Matt in, lock up the brakes, launch him out, and that's exactly what we should be able to do with this disc brake hydraulic kit. Now, it comes with everything you need from Jake's, and it's got your cool calipers, and you've got your brake pads here, master cylinder. The lines even come pre-charged, so you don't have to bleed them. But this thing wasn't set up for it, so it's going to take a little bit of work, but I think it'll pay off in the end. So what we have to do now is I'm going to have to crawl underneath here and by the brake pedal, drill a 2-inch hole, because the master cylinder will go through and mount underneath right here. Now what we're going to use is still use the same linkage in back, but it'll hook up to hydraulic master cylinder, so you've got the same brake system basically, but instead of being pressured by a lever mechanically, it's going to be hydraulic, so this thing will really be able to stop well. Pretty cool kit. Going to take a little bit of time, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. How's it going over there, Skippy?
Oh, good. Everything's coming together nice, man. I'm actually liking the way this is coming along.
Now,
Mine looks
you
really
know
cool.
you're going to have to actually drive this, right?
Absolutely. This is going to look good. You know, I respect you for building a golf cart that our wives would like to drive. I do. I'll handle building the man's cart, and you can build that one over there. I think it's nice.
Hey, whatever you got to tell yourself.
It's equal opportunity.
What is
you know?
this bet, anyways?
The bet is something that you do not need to worry about. I know you're a gambling man, so just take the bet and don't worry about it, right? I've got it handled. But I will tell you this. You don't want to lose the bet. Let's just leave it at that, all right?
Fair enough.
Now back over here, you can take a look at this. This is really looking good. I mentioned the upper controller arms right there. We got those, the upper and lower in there. Now we had a pretty good sized steering extension that we had to do also to accomplish our lift right here. We've got this all tightened in, and that is coming together nicely. Now, once this all, I'll get a little bit ahead of myself just so we can see where it's going. This bracket's going to come in here and actually hide all that. And here is our coilover shock. Now this thing will actually mount down about like this. Now I mentioned earlier that this kit actually is a 6 to 10 inch kit, which is pretty cool. So this little spacer can go anywhere. I mean, look at all the different little mounting holes that we've got right here. So we can put this here, 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 all the way up. We get about a 6-inch lift right there. Now that's good for a starter, but if you want to roll with the big dogs, we drop it down here to a 10-inch lift, and that's when the party starts right there. And that's what this cart is all about.
Hey, welcome back to TruckU. So we're done with the front suspension now. We got the disc brakes up front. Now it's time to move to the back. And what we're doing is compensating for that 3-inch lift. Now, a lot of times in the back, they'll use a block system, but this is kind of like a flip kit, which is kind of cool. Now, the way it sits in from the stock configuration is obviously the axle sits on the bottom of the spring like that. What we're going to do is flip it around so the axle will actually be underneath the spring, and the width or the diameter of the axle itself is going to be 3 inches, so that's going to compensate for our lift. So it'll go like here underneath, and the axle right go underneath. So there we've got our 3 inches now, compensate and clear our new wheels and tires. And that's one thing I want to show you is these things look pretty cool. I mean, it's not a little, it's not overkill. We don't have this thing jacked way up in the air because you don't need to. Remember, subtlety is what this thing's all about, and these are going to give it just enough where it'll look like a custom look and have a cool ride to it as well.
Now I've got a little trick up my sleeve, or an ace in the hole, if you will, for Bruno. This is something very special, and I can't wait to see his face when he sees this. What I'm building, actually, as we speak, is a fully custom aluminum frame, a cage that's going to go all the way around this golf cart like that. It's going to look awesome. It's going to look like there's a rock star rolling into town when I come pulling up in this thing when it's all done. One of the things that made life a little bit easier was the right software. BendTech is a great example of that. Now, this isn't the project. This is just something else that I threw together right here. That's all top secret, and Bruno uses this computer sometimes, and I didn't want him seeing what I was up to, but this gives you a little example. It's nice. You can draw it out, get a good 3D imagery right here, and roll it around and get a good look at everything. Then there's a couple other tabs in here too. There's just all kinds of things that you can do with it. You want to look at the part details, and it's going to tell you right over here when you look, part one, straight ones. There's all the bends. You go over here, you've got the number of bends in there, where the bends are going to start, how long the whole piece is going to be, everything. Really, you know, bending used to be, back in the day, and it still is for a lot of guys, when you just kind of do it and you just keep doing it until you get it done and you get it right. This software like BendTech can really make life a lot easier. And again, I can't wait to see his face when he sees this cage.
Now, a lot of the grunt work is done underneath. We've got the lift done and the brakes and all that stuff. Now let's just show you a little bit of a reveal of what this thing's going to look like when it's all said and done. Now, anybody can buy parts and put them on. That's just easy to do, and that's what somebody over there, it's all hill to, I'm sure. What I did is took it to the next level and made a new custom floor here. Now, put it in our plasma cutter, cut it out with our CNC, and check this out. Nice aluminum floor, and this thing's gonna have a nice shine to it, and something that you can't buy at a store, which is really cool. I think I should get extra points for this one. Now, to match this whole theme, what I'm gonna do is give it a little bit of a shine to our steering column. This cover will go on right here. There we go, that looks cool. Top it off with brand new steering wheel made of carbon fiber. So that is really trick. Now, the carbon fiber look is something I'm a big fan of, so it's not going to stop here. This is where it all begins because we got a bunch of other accessories from Stenton's Golf Cart Supply. Now, check this out. This is going to go on here, which will make the compartments up front all lockable so you can keep your stuff in there. So not only does it look good, but it's also functional as well. Hey, and talk about function. This thing's not only going to look good, it's going to sound good because we got this radio assembly which will go up here underneath coming down from our roof. So it's going to have a nice little system on it, and it looks good because it's made of all carbon fiber.
Now the batteries are really the heartbeat of your golf cart, and actually we're going to swap out the old ones. We got rid of those and we're putting in the new Trojan battery system right here. While we're doing that, we're also going to install the new HydroLink watering system, which is going to make maintenance a lot easier. If you've got a golf cart and you use it a lot, you know how much work maintaining the water in the lead acid batteries can be. You've got to go in there, take the caps off. There's 6 holes in each battery. You got to check the water level on all that. It can be time consuming, and it's just kind of in general a little bit of a pain, you know? Well, the guys at Trojan with the HydroLink system have got a system that's going to make life a lot easier for that. Basically what we did was you take these caps off and you replace them with these. Now these little caps right here have got these little float valves in there. So these will float up and shut off the valve with the water. When the water level is right, this will come up because all this is linked with all the little hoses right there, and it goes from top to top to top and all around the batteries. The water comes in here through the hoses. When it's full, that shuts it off and it sends the water supply onto the next battery. Now there's a little indicator right here as well. When this is white, that means it doesn't have enough water in it. Obviously it's white right now because this is dry. You take a look down here, these are all black right there. When it's black, that means the water level is where you want it in your battery. Now we talked about how easy it was. All you have to do is once you have these all linked up and all your hoses are connected, just like that, you hook this in. Where's the end? There we go. You're going to hook this end in, clip that together, put this to your distilled water supply, give it a little squeeze, the water will come into the hose, it goes in here, fills up. Once that's done, goes to the next one, and it goes all the way down, and it's not going to give you a wrong reading either. So it's just that simple. For safety, there's built-in spark arresters and all flame arresters for that, so it's a nice, safe, easy way to do it. You can either get this pre-installed, so it's all done, or you can easily install it yourself, either way. But you know what? With the Trojan HydroLink watering system, it's really going to keep maintaining these batteries an easy, easy task.
How can I improve the fuel economy on my SUV? We'll have the answer after the break. How can I improve the fuel economy of my SUV? Most gasoline engines in cars and light trucks have fuel injectors that are prone to contamination from chemicals found in gasoline. These contaminations can build up and cause poor fuel atomization that reduces fuel economy. Use a quality gasoline and Z-Max in your fuel system to restore the correct fuel injector and intake system functions. Proper care can save you money and reward you with better performance. This tip is brought to you by Z-Max. Performance you can feel.
Oh man, I forgot the NWA CD. That's all right. Hey, welcome back to TruckU. Now, my Club Car Brunelli edition is really starting to take shape. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is, well, my signature blue color. Now, that really makes this thing pop. What about this thing is cool is the fact that this cart was built for a purpose. It's going to go out to the track with me and tow my race car, so I had to put a couple little features on for that reason. Now, first thing is lights front and back so we can see where we're going, people can see where we're going, stay out of our way. And that's where this brush guard comes into play. Not only does it look good, keep the roadkill from coming inside the golf cart. Now we've got a little windscreen up front to keep the elements away, and we kept the factory top and hit it with a little paint to give it a little bit of flair, so it all ties in with this scheme. It's all about the attention to detail with me, and that's what's coming about in this cart. One other cool feature I'm about to put on is little speedometer. Now this is really cool, so this way I can keep track of how fast I'm going when I get the gas motor installed. Not only will it do that, it'll give me miles per hour, odometer, all that cool stuff by simply putting this over our rear drum kit. Over the rear drum I'll have some magnets and send it to this. Pretty cool stuff. So it's got some bells and whistles on this thing that I know he doesn't.
So I snuck a peek across the way just to see what Bruno was doing, and for him, it's actually not half bad. He's doing a fine job, but as always, it's a little bit conservative for my taste. I like to go a little bit more wild, living on the edge, you know? That's why I'm bringing lightning to the table. I mean, look at this. This looks hot. Now, we had a little agreement, Bruno and I did. We said, look, we're gonna take the body panels off because that's quick and easy, and we'll run them down to the vinyl guy. It was about $100 to get this done, and it's money well spent because that looks real good. We didn't have time to do it ourselves, so like we said, a little agreement. Now, once we get this back on with a couple Torx bits, that'll hold everything in place. But this little trim piece right here, this is all faded out. That's what all the black plastic looked like before. But down here on the front, I hit this with a little Duplicolor vinyl and fabric. I mean, a couple bucks for a can like that. And this all looks brand new. Doesn't take very long to do. And look how good I mean, that's the old, that's the new. So we're gonna hit this and get it ready to go, and we'll put it all together. Now, let's go down here and take a look. I mean, this right here alone, just the front end is already better than anything he's done. This looks awesome, but as always, I got a little tribute to my buddy Bruno over there because he likes the chrome and he likes things that are shiny. So I just got this little kind of understated little deal right here, and we'll slide this in place and get that. And like I said, that's my little tribute to Bruno. So once I get this all taken care of, we are almost ready for my secret weapon. Now this is gonna take him by surprise.
Since 1971, all trucks have been manufactured with seatbelts, but many older vehicles on the road still drive without them. Avoid the ticket and add extra safety with a 3-point retractable seatbelt kit. It's a simple direct bolt-on installation while using the original seatbelt mounting holes. They are made from OE quality herringbone webbing, and you can color match the belt to your interior. A seatbelt extender is also available, providing an extra 12 inches in length. The seatbelt kit is available for 67 to 87 GM trucks, 73 to 91 Blazer and Suburban, and 67 to 72 Ford trucks. This tip is brought to you by LMC Truck. With over 30,000 truck parts in stock, you can get the right part at the right price right now.
Welcome back to TruckU. Here it is, my secret weapon. Take a look at this fully customized aluminum frame. This is awesome, and this is gonna put it over the edge. I'm not gonna lie to you, this took a long time to build. The fact that it's done is nothing short of a miracle, but it is. You know, I still have a couple things to do. I've gotta touch up a few welds here and there, but all in all, you can see how this thing is looking. I even built it in such a way that we could use the front mounts right there, so it fits right in like a glove. Everything is perfect, and to be honest, I saw Bruno's lights. Really? I've got 4. I called up my buddies over at Rhino Parts and Performance. I called Tom, I said, you gotta hook me up, let's make this happen. And look what he sent me, man. This is gonna light it up like a Christmas parade. This is gonna be awesome. So you know what? Bruno talks about practicality and all this, that, and the other. Practicality is of zero concern to me. Welcome back to the Duplicolor TV garage. Now, the last time we were hanging out, Brian, we were inside the vehicle and we were paying attention to what was going on in there, specifically the headliner and the dash and the steering wheel and the door panels. Well, now it's time to move some of that attention and focus to the seats right here, and those things look phenomenal.
Yeah, they turned out great, but you know, when we first got this car, it was a bench seat, and we didn't want the bench. We wanted to go with buckets, so we ripped it out.
Right.
And we didn't want to cut any corners on this restoration, and we found some rust on the floorboards. So we used some rust fix to stop it from spreading. And then we were able to paint these outside of the car before we put them in.
Now, the last time we were looking at this, we were actually amazed at the steering wheel and how natural it came out looking. You would never know that it used to be blue. That covering just looks so good. Who knew you could actually paint it like that? Well, look, the same holds true right here. I mean, look at this. We painted these, and it looks natural. This looks like it came from the factory like this.
Yeah, it looks like a brand new seat, and you know what? It's really great for the fabric too. I mean, you can't even tell that this has been painted. You know, there's no residue coming off. It looks brand new.
You could follow along with all of this. So if you want to see all the work that you guys did, ripping out the bench seat and putting the buckets in and welding up brackets for it and all this, you can see that. Go to the Duplicolor TV website and check it out. Watch all the webisodes. And if you're catching it midstream and you haven't seen them all, they're archived. You can start at day 1 and watch them all.
For more information on anything you've seen on today's show, check out speedtv.com or visit our website at truckutv.com.
Nice.
What do you
dude.
think, man?
You know what? I've got to give it to you. I've kind of been insulting you a little bit today,
No,
and I
not
apologize
you.
for that. But this really does fit your personality. I mean, it's clean, sleek European styling.
That's what the Brunelli edition is starting to say, man.
And I love the name. The Brunelli
You like
edition is
that?
great.
I've
Yeah.
trademarked that, by the way, just so you know.
Very cool. I think you should. But yeah, it looks good, man. What do you think? What do you
Well,
think
you know,
of the
I'm going to
beast?
be honest with you. At first, when you said you're going to wrap it in lightning, I was thinking, lightning!
Right,
But
right.
now it's like AC/DC lightning, like, yeah.
Very cool.
You
That's
know?
what I was going
But
for.
I can't get over the cage,
The
though, man. I mean,
cage is awesome.
well, we only had 2 days. How did you do it?
That took a long time. You didn't see me for a while. That's what I was working on, man.
I mean,
You
it's
know,
amazing. I didn't think you could fabricate like
I
that.
don't like to brag.
You should sell those
I
things.
lay low.
We
I
should
just
sell
kinda
those things.
We should. No, this is a one-off. That's it. I don't want to do any more. It took so long. I'm going to go out on the top. You know what I mean? I'm very happy with it.
Wow. Now I feel a little inferior.
No, but
You're
what's-
starting to give me a little bit of a complex
Well,
now.
it happens, dude. It
Hey,
happens.
but hey, this is something I had made
saw
up.
that.
Coolers by
What's the
Design.
deal?
Check this out. This I thought was cool. I wanted to surprise you, man. This is for you, buddy.
Now,
You like it?
I do. I think I must have called them like right after you did, because
Come
take a
on.
look at this. Custom made.
Nice.
I got the Bruno Massel signature series right there. I knew.
That
is
is
the
a
autograph
winner.
right? Because I
know-
forged it. You want this one? Or I'm going to take it.
No,
I'm
no.
going to take it.
That-
All
that's
right.
college fund money right there, buddy.
Now, here's the deal, though. 2 great carts.
Yeah.
I like them both.
But I
I think,
just
though,
can't get over
now.
that cage.
I think
That is
it's
wicked.
time we have. I know. Enough about the
Wait, hold on,
cage.
what?
It's no big deal. I think we need to determine a winner. We we need to determine a winner.
All right, yeah. Well, is this you again?
No.
Come on.
Usually we cut the take right now. Top secret.
Come on. This is another picture of my head,
I have
right?
no more surprises. No, the cage was my ace in the hole, man. That was the deal. That was well. The cooler was kind of nice too, with your autograph series on it. You know what's that?
This is Rob on your cage.
That's
come,
not
come
my
on.
cage. That's not.
You
that's not
paid
even
Rob to do the cage?
That's clearly me.
It's next door.
No, that's clearly not next door.
Come on, you had to cheat. There's 2 rules. You made them, and you broke one of them.
That's
All you-
clearly-
no money, do all the work.
That's
you
clearly
hire
me in the
somebody,
picture.
You hire some guy to do. It's the same cage.
It's not.
next door.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell
Oh,
you.
stop. Well, that's it. You disqualified. So the Brunelli wins it on default.
I don't know where the cameras were or anything like that, but
You know what? I'm keeping the cooler.
Right.
And you know what? You know what this means.
let's go. All right. I'll grab my cooler.
This is the best idea the only good idea you've ever had. Yahtzee.
Whatever. You don't have to aim for the head. Seriously. Come on.
Ugh. This is called pain, Matt Steele. Come get some. Ha!
You know, this was funny for about 2 minutes.
I'm coming.
Nice.
Take that.
That's great.